Okay guys, I promised a haul and here is the haul. I have like 13 books to show you. If you're saying she must be rich, how does she afford all of those books? Let me tell you a little secret called BookOutlet.com that sells overstock and used books, and all of these books are only $100 total. Yes. Anyways, we're gonna start with this book, The Sinister Booksellers of Bath by Garth Nix. He is one of my favorite authors and this is the second one in a series and I really like the first one. It's about like monsters and booksellers and magic in the 1980s in London. So much fun. Love it. Next, God, there's an embarrassing amount of Brandon Sanderson in this haul for someone who doesn't like him. I say that I've read like most of his books and I think he has so many problems. His politics are atrocious, but I'm committed. Anyways, this is the last of the second Mistborn trilogy. It's taken me a long time to get this book. I've read the other three and who knows what happened in them. Not me, I don't remember. Why is it also huge? This book is massive. I have like the trade paperbacks for the rest of these that are like this big compared to it. Anyways, another embarrassing Brandon Sanderson book. This is from the Skyward series. These are like the short story trilogy. I got this because I'm a completionist, so I will have to read these. But also, like, I do kind of think that this Brandon Sanderson Skyward is probably my favorite Brandon Sanderson book of all time. And not gonna lie, he kind of ruined it with the other books. So then we have Octavia Butler. Yes, this one I'm not embarrassed about. This is Dawn of the Lilith's Brood series, the first one. So I'm excited to start reading these and hopefully read all of them. I'll spare you the Anne McCaffrey. We have Lavinia by Ursula K. Le Guin, one of the ones I haven't read by her. I've read almost all of her novels except this one, and I haven't read Malfrena. I do have it, but that book's gonna be a chore to read. It's like her only legitimately like not science fiction or fantasy book like in any sort of way, so I'll read it. I own it. I own like the shittiest copy of it ever, but I will read it. Next we have a very trendy one, The Three Body Problem. This one, I think it's just gonna be fun. Like, I don't actually know a lot about this series at all, but what I do know about it is that it's very fast-paced, which is exactly my shit. Can we bring back fast-paced media? I hate this slow and lingering storytelling. I want something to happen on every damn page. Bring back fast-paced media. Anyways, I think this will be just a fun read for me. I'm not entirely invested in it in any sort of way. Next, this one, God Killer. This is one that I've seen is like popular for people. It's literally marketed as people who like Gideon the Ninth. That would be me. I've said people being like, the only way it's like that is because it's kind of queer and just really weird. I love really weird books. That's what I've heard about this book. It's quite strange. It's one of my favorite kinds of books. Actually, probably my favorite. Oh, guys, I promise I'm not a Brandon Sanderson stan. I'm just a completionist, and I just have to read every single thing he's ever published. The last book of the Skyward series, like I said, Skyward's probably my favorite Brandon Sanderson book, but he kind of ruined it with the fact he has terrible politics. And he proved that he could write a really good self-contained story in Skyward and then immediately backtracked on that in the other books by just every book taking place in a completely new environment every time. So it's like, so what happened to like slowly building a story on a single world? Like, could you maybe do that? Like, I challenge Brandon Sanderson to write a self-contained story and not just go off the deep end with world building in every fucking book he writes. Next we have The Spare Man by Mary Robinette Kowal. I've read a few other books by her, but not her like most popular series, but I have always wanted to read that series. not always, but it's something that I look out for. And this looks really fun. It's like a murder mystery space book, and I trust her. She's not the best author that's ever, even though she did win the Hugo, Locus, and Nebula Awards. Damn, girl, for her other series. But yeah, enjoyable. Next we have finally the Anne McCaffrey books. So I had a little bit of an issue where I accidentally ordered 2 copies of Dragon Singer, and then I had to order the other 2 books on Amazon. Sorry, Jeff Bezos. And as a result, I have all these fun, different, not matching covers, which I love. I'm so sorry, that's part of my feminist bibliography standpoint is like, fuck a matching cover when you can have so much fun with all these different editions. So if anyone wants a second copy of the second Harper Hall trilogy called Dragon Singer, I have 2 copies. And what's really interesting, here's the thing, I said fuck a matching series, but I actually think I'm gonna have to get the matching paperback for the first one, because I think, so speaking of the devil, the last one, this one has an introduction from none other than Brandon Sanderson. This one has an introduction from Naomi Novik, who is also one of my favorite fucking authors ever, probably my favorite publishing currently right now. And then I think the first one has it by Tamora Pierce, who is my number 1. So I kind of think I need to get it because I want to read the Tamora Pierce intro to Dragon Song. Guys, I need to. I'm the only person who thinks about things like this, and that's why I'm doing a thesis about it. So, with that being said, I want to tell you about my favorite songs on Brat so far. No one asked, but I need to tell you. One sec. I do not edit these. They're live. 360. I can't even talk about how good 360 is. I love that song. I love Club Classics. It took a while to grow on me. Sympathy is a Knife. Sympathy is a Knife, a tailored diss track. I love it when the girls fight and the girls are fighting. Also, So tell me why I was crying. The Sophie track, oh my god, it's so fucking sad. It just made me miss Sophie. Girl, So Confusing. Not the Lord/Marina diss track. Like, she's coming for all of my faves on this album. Mean Girls, yeah. Mean Girls might just go down as one of my favorite Charlie XCX songs ever. Mean Girls is so good. Just 365. Anyways, stream Brat by Charlie XCX. Go out and buy yourself an Ursula K. Le Guin book. This is the summer of doing the things that I tell you to do. Thanks. Goodbye.